What do you
That
think
could
of
be
the cost savings? So it says like for the Alice, for example, they estimate $200 per hour to operate a plane. I mean, how does that compare with a regular small 12-person, commuter
seems
jet?
low. Seems like a fraction of what it should be.
Yeah, I think they said
Um,
like five,
thousand.
five, five times lower, if not more.
Yeah, I was going to say $1,000 an hour
Yeah, something like
would
that.
be typical for those kind of things. I remember when I worked at Beach, and you had to rent the airplane when you worked at Beach Aircraft to go somewhere. So you had to pay for the pilots, you had to pay for the fuel as part of your program expense. So if you had a bunch of engineers that needed to get to Salt Lake City, for example,
Hmm.
it was less expensive to load up an airplane. You'd have to pay for it. You get to pay the company back to load up the airplane instead of buying airline tickets. So it didn't make sense. But I remember pricing that out, and $1,000 an hour. I think a King Air was like 500 an hour. A Beach Jet or some sort of jet is $1,000 an hour. So the faster you go, the more expensive it is, but the less time it takes. So it roughly evens out. So in a King Air, it takes longer to get there, but it's less expensive per hour. It always out about the same. Yes, but to think you're going to cut down the amount of costs per hour by a factor of 5 seems implausible. Not to say that they haven't done their homework, but on the face of it, seems really difficult to believe.
Yeah, and that might just be one of those. I mean, I think when a piece of advice back with my first business that my cousin who's in the financial sector gave me, he's like, whatever you're making, because we were going through a sort of pivot. And he said, whatever you're predicting your expenses to be, and whatever you're predicting, he's like, exaggerate your expenses by maybe 50% and reduce the income that you expect by maybe 30%. So
Yeah.
he's like, really be, and so it could be just something like that, where that's maybe the pie in the sky answer. And you'll see when they get there to production if that's really that. But I'm sure it is a significant reduction. But yeah, that's a pretty big cut. So you'll have to see, and that really plays out that way.
Right. There's a lot of your financial advisor is right. There's a lot of overhead you don't think of when you haven't been through it. There's a lot of overhead.